Salute. All right, here we are back again. So last we met, we were talking about how the Trojans have brought the horse into the city and the conditions that they did so. They were rejoicing. Um, Aeneas is lamenting as he tells this story. The horse stops at the gate. It gives the sound of weapons. I had asked why they still brought it into the city. And the reason for that is because everyone is afraid to do anything to the horse because of what happened to Leokun. Um, they're just kind of like blinded by wanting to make Athena or Minerva satisfied. So anyway, and they decorate the temples of the gods at the end here. All right, so we skip ahead a little bit, and now Aeneas is going to be asleep and have dreams. This is a dream sequence. And this is line 268. So Virgil says, it was the time at which the first, literally quiet, but first rest begins for, and this word here kind of means like weary, for weary mortals. And most pleasing, and you get a little snake imagery here, it winds in by gift of the gods. The Romans did worship a god named Somnus, a god of sleep. So I guess they felt that sleep was like a divine gift. So in most pleasing, it winds in, it serpents in by gift of the gods. In sleep, behold, before my eyes, right? A lot of basic vocab here. The maestisimas, so you can see the superlative, the very gloomy or very sad Hector. And then this part's cool. If you can follow me on this. Visus, if you remember the verb to see in the passive, can mean to seem. So Hector seemed, it's missing the est, which Virgil will often take out. Virgil seemed to be present. I'm sorry, Hector seemed to be present to me. So it's that dream imagery. Like he seemed to be there. And to pour forth literally large tears, but we would say like a large amount of tears. Now, a little backstory. Hector is he was the best of the Trojans. He was the oldest son of Priam, and he was the best fighter. And he had died in a clash with Achilles, and his body was dragged around the city of Troy in as Achilles raged. So at this point, he is dead, and now Virgil's going to describe how he looks. And so the very gloomy Hector seemed to appear to me and to pour forth a large amount of tears, having been seized by and this is the word for a two-horse chariot. So that's like a smaller chariot, and that's the one that Achilles would have dragged his body around on. It's like a one-man chariot. You can see the word for two here. But seized by the two-horse chariot, as he formerly was, and black with bloody, that's word for bloody, and pulveride, dust. We get pulverized from that. And black with bloody dust, and his feet, his tumentes, his swollen feet, pierced by his sandals, basically. This is a very complicated grammar thing going on here, but we're just going to stick to what's going on in the narrative. So, and pierced by his sandals. So, what that kind of means is like, it was common to wear sandals back then, and being dragged around, his feet had encountered so much trauma that his sandals like were cutting into his feet. pretty graphic. And Black with Bloody Dust, obviously, pretty graphic too. And he, to me, as he was, so mutatus, so changed from that Hector who returned wearing, this is a tough vocab word, but wearing the spoils of Achilles. So in the Trojan War, he kills Achilles' friend Patroclus, who had been wearing Achilles' armor. And he, in like a shining moment, returns with the armor of Achilles. So anyway, how changed from that Hector who returned wearing the armor or the spoils of Achilles, or having tossed Phrygian, which means Trojan, Phrygian flames on the ships of the Danaans. I think this is interlocked word order. Yeah. So in a triumphant scene for Hector, he makes it all the way to the shore and is able to throw. The Trojans are able to throw torches on the Greek fleet. But then Achilles emerges. The Achilles that Hector thought was Achilles, but was really his friend, and they kind of back off a little bit. But that was, Hector's, like, one of Hector's most triumphant moments in battle. Anyway, bearing. His filthy beard. And we scanned this line, and I think I talked about it, but bearing his filthy beard and his hair matted, you can see concrete in here, with blood, sanguine, with blood. And those wounds, narrow wounds, and those wounds which he received, like, very much around the walls of his country. All right. I myself seemed again, so everything's seeming to happen because he's in a dream. I myself seemed to address the man, weeping, or very much weeping, and to address him with sad voices or sad words. If you can see, same word as up here. Gloomy or sad. And then he says, "O light of the Dardanians, O most faithful hope of the Teucrians, what so great delay has kept you?" So in his dream, he forgets that Hector is dead. You're all over the place in dreams. And so Aeneas talks to him in the dream, and he's like, "Where have you been?" So we're going to end here, but the rest of it, like the dialogue that they have, is confusing because it's dream conversation, which is meant to be confusing. All right, so that's the gist of that. So Hector, the former Trojan prince, appears to Aeneas, and in the night that they think they've won the war, and he looks awful. So we've all been there. All right. All right. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.